Howdy friends, Wattwagon here. I had the chance to talk to Danni Shrosbree before the Traka 360 in Girona, Spain, where she got 4th place. Please enjoy our little convo. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Danni Shrosbree. Did I say it? Shrosbree? Do I need to say
Strawberry.
it? Strawberry.
So this is where it all starts. Is no one can pronounce my surname. It's Shrosbree, but I think you have to say it with a really English accent.
English Shrosbree.
Oh,
Did I get it?
Berry.
I mean Shrosbree.
That's why I've given up, and everyone just calls me Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Danni Shrosbree.
Hi.
Thanks so much for hanging out. We're staying right now in your apartment in Girona. We're here for the Traka. What distance are you racing?
I'm racing the 360.
Yeah. Are you excited?
I'm actually so excited.
Yeah. You've had a bit hectic of a schedule coming up to this point. How are you feeling about the race and everything?
Yeah, I mean, the weather conditions in Girona is like no one's seen it before. There is so much rain.
So much.
And obviously everyone's blaming it on the Brit who's come over. But it's the conditions that I like, weirdly. But yeah, I'm racing in the Lifetime Grand Prix, so I have been over at Sea Otter last week in LA. So just getting over the jet lag, but still got like 5 days before I race. So yeah. We're all good.
Racing the Lifetime Grand Prix, and you did the road and the crit race. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, I probably didn't make it easy for myself. Yeah, so the first round in Lifetime Grand Prix is a 100k mountain bike ride, and I don't come from a mountain bike background, so I decided that I was just going to use this as a training block because I was pretty sick a few weeks ago. So I was like, I'm just going to train through it. So I did a 100k road race, got 4th in that. Then I did the 100k mountain bike race, got 25th, but had a crash. I didn't back myself enough in the single track basically and got caught behind people.
I think that's a story like everybody about the Fuego XL at Sea Otter. It just seems like
race for the single track.
Yeah.
And then I did the circuit race and got 4th in that on the Saturday.
Nice.
So it was quite a lot.
Yeah, a lot. And before that, you were in LA hanging out with the Hunt crew.
Yeah.
So we share a sponsor, the Hunt Wheels.
Yeah.
What else? What's your bike setup for Traka? What are you looking at for the 360?
So I've got the felt carbon breed and a pretty cool colorway, custom colorway.
Ooh.
And then I've got MV bar set up. I've got the Hunt Limitless 42 wheels.
Nice.
Kenda 40s, which everyone's like, oh,
40s.
You're running 40s. Yeah, but the Hunt wheels, because they're 25mm internal, they like blow up to 45s. They blow up
bigger, yeah.
So yeah, I'm running the Kenda Alluvium Pro.
Nice.
And that's what I've been running all year, to be fair, and I really like them.
What's your group set?
Shimano, I've got 2x.
2x?
Everyone's always like, 1x, 2x? It's like but yeah, I've gone 2x. I've got 48, 31, and then a 34 on the back.
Oh, yeah, plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're for the 360, you don't look to be going up too much elevation. Not like with the 560 original.
There's one section we have to hike our bikes because you can't even ride. Yeah, it's like it's 600 meters where I actually did a recon early on in the year, the whole route, and Gerard, the organizer, was like, send me a video when you get to 170. And my Wahoo, it was like this beautiful gravel road, but it's just like saying, right, go up this like mountain, and there was just balls everywhere. I was like, no, we're not going up there. And I sent a picture, he was like, yep, hike up that. I was like, what?
Okay, so you're prepared.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
Yeah, wonderful. You're now racing as what we call a privateer. How's it being on that life? And is the team, or is the squad, I guess, factory type thing with Felt, does that feel like a team to you? Like, how has that been? Because you were just your first race with Felt at Sea Otter. So tell me all about that. Yeah,
so the way my team works is it's me and 2 guys, actually. So I say we never race together. In some of the gravel races you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially in terms of that side, we're not really Groove Gravel or teams like that, they do lead outs into single tracks at La Santa Vi and stuff like that. Like, they're a proper team, whereas my team's more of a privateer team, and we're like, me and Dylan were staying together at Sea Otter, and like, it's really nice because we have such a great friendship and we just mess around, and it's nice to feel like you're still part of something, and we have lots of similar sponsors. But yeah, when I'm racing, I'm very much on my own, and in a way, I do miss the team part, but in a way you can also just focus on you. You know, you can, everything in the racing is just like, what would you do? You can use other people. You don't have to worry about, you can't going that breakaway because your teammates up the road and things, you can be a bit more selfish, I suppose.
It's an interesting thought that I think the Lifetime Grand Prix, it's basically a bunch of solo people, and that's sort of how racing in America is. We don't have as much background in that road racing big team atmosphere. There is obviously road racing in the US, but we see way more individuals going into that, either privateer lifestyle or just racing solo, because there aren't like the racing distances are longer and there's way more variables. So you're ending up, somebody you could be similar speed, but you never know, something could happen. I guess that's the only thing that's like with the road racing versus off-road. If you have somebody that's the same speed, what you mentioned, if somebody's up the road, the breakaway situation, but it is much more solo based. And with the Grand Prix, there's so much more money up for grabs too. So like, I'm sure that would be a challenge if you had a teammate. Are there any women's
There's
teams?
like Trek, driftless.
Trek,
But it's similar, like they won't, I mean, they probably won't let me see it. It probably won't work for each other.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Like if they're in a sprint, they'll be racing against each other.
Yeah, totally.
But that's what's interesting between USA gravel and European gravel. Whereas in the gravel Earth series is not, I don't know if overall I think there might be prize money, but the individual events there isn't. So you see like La Santavai, like one of the guys punctured and he gave his will to his teammate. So you see a lot more like there's classified, groove, reverb. There's so much more here versus the US even with that. And obviously it's quite new, the gravel scene in Europe, really.
Yeah, that is such an interesting thought. I haven't really pondered much on it, but I think the number of cyclists in Europe there are more. And I think that's also a bigger factor. That
for sure.
We may see some European teams come over and to do the Lifetime Grand Prix, but also only 30 people are able to race the series. You can have more people in the races, and I wonder if we'll see some of that where like one person's in the series and then somebody isn't in the series, but they come over and they you know, kind of help. But so you're doing some of the Graveler series races, all of the Lifetime Grand Prix races, or is there one that you're not doing?
I'll probably drop like one or two, because you have to do 5 out of 7.
Okay.
So basically after Unbound, I'll kind of reassess which ones I'll drop, because exactly that, there's so much racing going on. Like last year I was doing a road calendar as well, and I don't know how I was doing that. But yeah, this year I want to target specific events, so I just need to be a bit sensible as well and work out logistically. Like I'll be doing the Rift.
Oh, you're doing the Rift as well?
Yeah.
Ah, cool. Okay, what other... Yeah. So that's Gravel Earth Series,
That's
and then
gravel,
what other...
And then Rankso's Gravel Earth. There's one more I might be doing. I was looking at the migration, but...
that's a lot.
Logistically, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But there will be another one. I just haven't figured it out quite yet.
So you're going to do some of the Gravel Earth Series. You're going to do all of the Lifetime Grand Prix races?
Probably 6 out of the 7.
6 out of the 7, so you'll decide on one of them?
Yeah, because one of them clashes with our nationals, Gravel Nationals.
Gravel Nationals? Okay.
So yeah.
So I noticed you were wearing, last year at Unbound, you were wearing the British jersey. Did you win?
So I won 2 years ago.
Okay.
This year I got done like literally on the sprint finish. It was like a lunge. They had to do a photo finish.
I can't believe I haven't seen that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
okay, so
funny.
you're going to go this year for that.
Yeah.
And compete in that.
It's just our gravel, I think a lot of people will agree with this, is the Gravel Nationals is basically a circuit, like a gravel circuit. So it's one of those ones where like you can split it up so far, but there's always going to probably be a sprint finish. So it's a bit frustrating.
Yeah, because there's no teams.
Yeah.
It's all that one individual.
It needs some hills to break it up or something.
Yeah, but if there's not, well, you'll compete again in that. When is it this year?
September.
September. Okay.
Post that the week.
Yeah.
After.
Okay. So let's talk about that. Actually, this is selfishly I want to talk about this the most. So you've got a crazy race schedule. You're doing some of the you're doing most of the Lifetime Grand Prix races. Some of the Gravel Earth Series. You did some road racing that wasn't part of any series at Sea Otter, just like happened to do it. And you're also doing Badlands, which is an ultra cycling event, and you're doing it as a pair. Yeah. So tell me about that.
Yeah, I'm doing it with Brad Shenton, who you know.
Yes, yeah.
We want to. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. We want to win the pairs over.
Hell yeah! I hope you do. I would love to see that. I will be dog watching. Oh, so good.
So yeah. I mean, maybe the jet lag. All my jet lag this year will get me used to not sleeping.
Yeah,
and that's
a perfect
prep.
plan.
Yeah, what is it, 850k? You can tell me all the details.
I think it's 750k.
Oh, there you go. 100 less already.
100 less.
Winning.
I forget what the elevation gain is. Maybe 15,000 meters?
Yeah.
14,000 meters?
Just look at the stem. Just keep going.
Yeah, so you're going to race it. It's like all new for you. You've not done anything. What's the longest ride you've done ever in your life?
Probably Unbound racing wise.
200? Okay, and that time wise, how long did it take you all that year?
Like 13 hours. So
13.
so the Traka's probably going to be the longest.
Longer? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That'll be fun. You'll be racing with Sarah.
Actually, me and Brad did a really long ride at the start of this year. I think it was 15.
15?
15 hours.
Okay, so this is going to be over 50 or something like that hours, because hopefully they'll have the same, the course that was from 2 years ago. That's a long time. So you probably are going to be dealing with sleep deprivation, and as an added challenge, you're going to be racing as a pair, which I haven't myself done it, but I hear it's quite challenging. It seems like you and Brad have a pretty good dynamic. So how are you feeling going into that? Will you hate him afterwards?
Yeah, probably. It's funny because it's like we ride together a lot, and we know when not to talk to each other.
Yes.
You know, you don't need to say it, but you just know.
Yes.
And because it's funny, everyone says, why hasn't a pair won Badlands overall? And it's probably, if you think, like, well, two of you, like, one's most likely to get a puncher, so you're stopping, then they might get a puncher. It's all the stop time. So that's what we're working on, is this stop time.
It's stop time.
But we had this joke because we did this really long ride at the start of the year. And Brad had to stop, and he was like faffing around with his hydro pack. And I was just there like, that's 5 minutes just saying. And he thought I was going to be the one that wanted to stop.
But he's going to be the faffing. Yeah, he's going to faff. That's funny. I'm excited to watch. It's going to be so good.
But obviously he did it last year, so he can give me all the tips.
Yeah, and that's a really, I mean, you guys have, it's going to be a good dynamic. I think there's definitely a chance that you all could win.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I look at the time of the winning men's pair last year, and I don't know, I was 30 minutes off, so I think that there's a chance, and you never know what's going to happen. I mean, the day can, with those kind of long events, it's
that's the thing. So much could go right, so much could go wrong.
Yeah, you're going to have plenty of fitness from that race for your nationals.
I think I'm not going to touch the bike until nationals.
Until nationals, do like a pre-ride the day before. Yeah. Okay, so you're racing a ton this year. How do you feel about that crazy schedule? Like, what is?
It's mad, but like, because of how much I did last year, I'm not so worried, and I think I will choose like, I'll have a bit of, like, last year I didn't get a mid-season break, which is where it went terribly wrong for me. If I'm honest, like, I did Unbound the week later, I did a UCI gravel race the week after, I did a stage race. Oh, and I did a stage race the week before going into Badlands.
Oh my gosh.
So that block, just honestly, I'd say I had chronic fatigue for the rest of the season.
Really?
Like, I was so
tough.
So there will be a period in like the start of July that I'll take it steady.
Good for you. Good planning. Learn from your mistakes.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot. I was going to ask you something, and now I'm blanking on what it is.
That's all right.
We were talking about racing, and okay. So last year you were working, or in your professional life, basically, after uni, you've been working a job. Yeah. Has it been full-time?
Full-time.
Full-time job. So last year you were working a full-time job and doing all this racing?
Yeah, it was chaos.
That, as you said earlier, is mad.
Yeah, I would not recommend it.
Not recommend it? Okay.
No, I think that's why I also was so done at the end of the season.
Were you excited to ride your bike, though, again, when the season was kicking back off for 2024?
Well, I got COVID. So my downtime was COVID. And then to help me with it, I literally booked a flight to Nice. And I just like took annual leave, and I was like, I just need to like enjoy getting on my bike again. Whereas the UK weather was so bad. I just had COVID. I was like, if I try and get back on it, I'm just going to hate it. So kind of removed myself to get into a positive mindset. And get back into.
So you're not working though this year.
No.
Yeah. Okay. When did you finish? Like, when did you leave your job?
Yeah.
And how are you feeling about all that now?
So in all honesty, I knew at the end of the season what I wanted to do, and I knew that some of my results would have helped me for this year.
Yeah, because you got 4th at Unbound. Holy shit! I want to ask you about that, but wait, tell me more about.
And then I was basically trying to work out going part-time where I was, but even in the back of my head thinking that's probably going to be too much. And then there was actually a huge redundancy at like my work. So actually, instead of handing
you
my
didn't
notice
have to
in,
make the choice.
I got made redundant, which is like, at the time you're like, oh crap, and then I was like, no, this is the best thing ever. Like, I can just start fresh, work out what I want to do. And And then I was starting a personal training course to
Oh.
do some like top up bits.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, I've been so busy. I'm doing that in winter and then gonna restart and do it properly because it's just a nice to have on the side. That's the thing when you're privateer rider, you're constantly thinking about, aren't you? Like, because I think that's the biggest thing for me now that I'm doing full time is like results pressure and everything. Like you try to like not get to you, but at the same time you're like, no, I need to deliver. But a lot of my sponsors are pretty good and pretty chilled. And
I think also, and if you look at across the board, maybe with the lifetime a little bit less, but a lot of athletes right now, like you have a great personality and like, oh my God, I love your reels and just like, you're so you and like that is marketable. And I think like going forward, you're gonna, I mean, you got fourth at Unbound, but this year is just like the beginning for you.
Yeah.
So it should be, I think it's gonna be really good. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for chatting. It was good to catch up and meet in person. Tell me, actually, before we hop off, tell me who's supporting you this year. Like, give me the list.
Yeah, so I've got Inspire Athlete Management. They're like my managers who help with like mainly the Felt United stuff, which is what me, Dylan and Adam Rivera, like the little team are called. Felt for the bikes, Hunt for the wheels, legends. Kenda for tires. And then Saddleback support me in terms of like my saddle, my seat post, my bars, stem. 4i for power. And Precision Fuel and Hydration. And Amias, which is like a private one back in London.
Oh, cool. And helmets. You're wearing...
Met
helmets. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you've got some good support.
Yeah, they're all good people as well.
Cool.
I like to work with brands that you know you can connect with. It's important.
I hear that. Yeah, working with Hunt has been great. I mean, I've been with them for many years, and I've had a great relationship. So it sounds like you also have that too.
Definitely.
So yeah, well, I wish you the best of luck on your limitless 42 wheels. Same
I wish
here.
you the best of luck.
Thank you. I'll
be dot watching.
I'll be cheering for you. I don't know. Do you? Oh, I get to dot watch, right? The 360.
I think so. I believe so. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I forget. I actually
Wait,
I don't
dot watch. You're not going to ride 200k after your race to come and watch us?
Maybe actually I might.
Yeah, you'll love that.
I'll probably be asleep.
Yeah.
No, I'll be dot watching. Very excited. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for chatting.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Cheers. My British. Cheers.